It's good, y'all. It's Classic MMA. Today I'll be bringing you fights to make after Gabriel Bonfim vs. Randy Brown was just wrapped up yesterday. So let's get this started fast, actually. Let's open up with who will Gabriel Bonfim be fighting. So after his win versus Randy Brown, I believe he deserves a top 10 opponent, and so I think he should fight Joaquin Buckley next. So Joaquin Buckley coming off a loss versus Kamaru Usman, but was on this huge win streak, even though he was kind of beating up Bunks, beating up Colby Covington, Luke A, Wonder Boy. So he hasn't beat the best competition in the world. So I wouldn't say that Buckley deserves someone really higher ranked than him. So and then Bonfim, I hate this guy. Like I want him to lose. Also, kind of part of the reason I'm making this fight, but also he's very good. He's actually pretty good, and I think he does deserve a decently high ranked opponent. After the robbery versus Wonder Boy, which I didn't think he won, but after KO and Randy Brown in the second round, I think he could probably I think he should get the step up in competition here. Now, who do I think would win this fight? Not the guy who got KO'd by Nicholas Dalby. I'm just gonna say all that, but hey, this be a fun matchup because Buckley wins. He's back on the win column. We can talk about getting him someone in the top 5. Bonfim wins. We got someone who could be in the title picture welterweight. So, because we're gonna need new challengers for whoever wins JDM versus Islam next week. We'll talk about who I think is gonna win that later this week. And well, let's jump to the next fight. Now for Joseph Morales, the most mid co-main of all time, submitting Matt Snell. I'm not giving this guy a ranked opponent after submitting Matt Snell, no matter how bad the flyweight division is. Joseph Morales is good though, so I'm gonna give him the second most easy guy to finish besides Matt Snell, Cody Durden. So I think Joseph Morales. This is basically just another fight to set up Joseph Morales to get a finish. Also looks good on the resume too. Cody Durden was ranked last year, I believe. He was ranked last year. And then Joseph Morales, really good submission skills. Probably get that third straight submission. And then after this, we can talk about ranked opponents or nearing being the rankings. For Cody Durden, he wins this, then he's not completely washed and trashed, and he won't get cut from the UFC, and then he can maybe have a comeback run. So yeah. Now for the next fight on the card, sadly, Muslim Salikov lost to Uros Medic in the first round. So yeah, the spinning wheel kick KO didn't happen, and I can't put Wonder Boy versus Salikov on here, sadly. But so I think Uros Medic after that performance probably deserves a borderline ranked guy, and this is who I put for him. Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa's on like the most fluky 3 or 4 fight win streak. Can't remember exactly how many fights he's won, but it's mostly just a bunch of unks. But he was ranked a couple years ago, and he isn't awful. I think this would just be kind of a good way to boost Uros Medic. Not a fight that he's gonna be in too much danger unless he gets subbed somehow by an 40-year-old Michael Chiesa. And I think that this would honestly be a good fight for him. I feel like Uros Medic would take it. I don't know if Chiesa would take this actually, but if he would, then I do think this would be an interesting fight. Like, Uros Medic wins this, he's probably a fight or 2 out of the rankings, and Chiesa wins this. Oh no, he might actually be fight or 2 at the rankings at his age if he decides to not retire. Now for the next fight, we got my boy CLD. I didn't pick him, but wish I did. And who after that insane knockout over freaking Marco Tully, I do think he deserves someone in the top 15. So this is who I got for him. Roman Dolidze. Now people can argue that Roman Dolidze should be fighting someone harder, but after getting dominated that bad by Fluffy, you don't deserve to fight anyone higher ranked than you. I'm sorry. Honestly, just look at the physique on these two guys. This would be a crazy face-off at the Tell me it wouldn't, bro. But fight-wise, get CLD's name out there. Fight a tough guy like Roman Dolidze. Beat him, then we could talk about top 10 opponents for Roman Dolidze. He beats CLD. He beats CLD, and shuts down this big prospect of CLD. Then he can get a top 10 opponent too, and I don't know, go on a title run or something. I don't know. I think this would be a fun fight though. Just look at the shape on these two dudes' heads. Who wouldn't want to see this fight? This would be great. Yeah. Now, for who I think would win this, I think CLD would be able to get Dolidze. He's a little washed, but still would be a great fight, I think. Now, for this next fight, I believe we got not Ricky Simone, Raoni Barcelos. Actually, no, not Raoni Barcelos. We got someone we really need to talk about here, and we need to talk about as the absolute enemy of the sport. Jamal Emmers, buddy. We gotta talk. After hugging Hyder Emil for 2.5 rounds, having a dude who's basically finished under you, gassed out, and you couldn't finish him, yeah, buddy. You're on the terrorist. So you're one of the biggest terrorists in the sport. So I got you a perfect matchup at 145. Jose Delgado. Buddy, your time has come. Look at that face. You're about to get slept by my boy right here. Look at that. That's what I like. Yeah, I'm not. Just say Jose Delgado got this after getting absolutely robbed by Nathaniel Wood. Let's get him an easy bounce back fight. Sleep Jamal Emmers in the first round. Then we can talk about ranked opponents and all that again. I'm not even gonna talk about if Jamal Emmers wins. I'm not thinking about that. On to the next fight. Now we got Raoni Barcelos, who just beat Ricky Simone's on a 4-fight win streak at 38 years old. Genuinely, this dude might be on a title run and we don't even know it. So who am I gonna give him? I think he should get a ranked opponent, so I'm gonna give him the worst guy ranked at 35. Kyler Phillips. Cowabunga, man. You telling me Kyler Phillips is not going on a title run, dude? Can't believe this dude was favored to beat freaking Rob Font last year on a 1-fight win streak, I believe. So yeah, I like this. It's crazy. Raoni Barcelos getting a ranked opponent at 30. I don't even know if the UFC's gonna do this. Knowing the UFC, they'll make him fight. Who would they make him fight? They'll make him. I don't even know. Who's an unranked guy the UFC will book Barcelos against? Like genuinely, they might bring a Sunsao back just to fight Raoni Barcelos. Like knowing the UFC, but yeah. Raoni Barcelos, if he beats Kyler Phillips, then we can talk about top 10 opponents. Maybe we get the Unk matchup, him and Eamon Zahaba or whatever, that dude's name is. And then for Kyler Phillips, he wins this, then I mean, it's not very hard to get good fights at bantamweight. You win one fight, you probably get a title shot because Marab's kind of cleared everyone out. So I don't know. Let's continue the Raoni Barcelos title run and let's have him fight Kyler Phillips next. Now for the next fight on this card, it's gonna be pretty interesting, I'd say. We got actually, yeah, that's actually everything I got for today. Well, hope y'all had a good. Hope y'all liked the card yesterday. That was pretty good for an Apex card, honestly. And these are some matchups I booked. I think most of these should be pretty fun matchups, and honestly, I think there's actually a good chance of the OC actually booking some of these. If I had what fight would I want the most? I do want to see Bonfim versus Buck, and that's not just because I want to see Bonfim get slept. I actually think this could be a pretty sick fight. And another fight, I mean, CLD versus Roman Dolidze should happen. This would be another sick fight. So I don't know. If the UFC books either of those, I'd be hyped. Anyways, y'all, hope y'all have a good day. Classic MMA out.